Big Willie of the score and the kickoff. Now it's up and running. Harambee Stars got off to a fantastic start in the CHAN 2024 tournament by beating the DRC by a 0-0 at a sold-out Moi International Sports Center at Kasarani. So, how did the game go? What did you like? What didn't you like? How was the game? Were we kept on tenterhooks? Tulikuwa tunakaza sana until the final whistle. How did the Harambee Stars play? Well, this is just a short video to tell you how Harambee Stars played, what were the takeaways, who are the star performers, and what can we look forward to in the next 3 games. Now, Harambee Stars on Sunday showed up, did the country proud, winning their first game by a 0-0. Remember, this was Harambee Stars' first match in CHAN. CHAN is a tournament only for local-based players. So Harambee Stars have never been there since 2009. And by virtue of us being hosts, we actually played our first game in this tournament and came away with the 3 points against the DRC. Now, from where I sit and from looking at that game in totality, the DRC got off to a very good start. I thought they dominated territory and possession, and they had the ball in the back of the net after 3 minutes when one of the players dispossessed our captain, Aboud Omar. But according to the rules of the game, they said that he had actually stepped on Aboud Omar, and when the referee went to the VAR check, it was called off. It was disallowed. So from there, I think that goal, or that disallowed goal, woke up Harambee Stars. They got off into a rhythm, and they were able to string a few passes together. I thought Mr. McCarthy did a very good job in playing Ryan Ogam on the left and not as a center forward. He actually played him on the left, and he was able to do some good work on that wing. Now, the downside is that David Zakari, who was a right back, had a torrid afternoon, especially in the first half. He not only got a yellow card, but it is where the DRC were actually bringing the attacks from, on that right wing. And I think going forward, McCarthy has to really look at maximizing his defenders and his midfielders to cut out the space on that right flank. Because when Harambee Stars is going to play Angola, Morocco, and Zambia, they'll have done their footage, they'll have done their reviews and views on how Harambee Stars play, and if they see there's a weak link on that right flank, we will be exposed. But as the game went on, you could tell Harambee Stars were getting comfortable after a very shaky start. They were able to to put pressure on the DRC. There was a missed chance by Masoud Juma, which would have given us a lead, but eventually Stars got a foothold into this game. And I must give credit. I had said in the first video before our game against the DRC, Austin Onyango, our playmaker, was going to be the key man, was going to play a critical role for the Harambee Stars. And it is his goal. Fantastic goal, well taken goal. He took that ball, took 2-3 steps, then slammed the ball home with his left foot, which was the major difference. Now, at halftime, it's 1-0, Harambee Stars are leading. In the second half, as expected, the DRC came out fighting, and they had a couple of headers from corners and free kicks, which I think our centre-back defenders, that's Sylvester Owino and Omija, should have done better. Because if you get a quality team which has got very good set piece delivery, they can hurt you with those headers. And then, of course, we had a shot which was cleared off the line. The DRC were slowly looking for an equalizer, but it never came through. And I must also give credit to our goalkeeper, Brian Omondi, who, after a shaky start in the first 15 or 20 minutes, was able to come to the party, and he was able to be very comfortable for the remainder of the game. So for me, I think Austin Onyango and Manzour, for me, were arguably our 2 best players on the day. Austin was superb, especially in the tight spaces. He was able to read the game. He was able to control the tempo, and of course, he scored the winning goal, which gave us the win over the DRC. Now, in other results, Tanzania kicked off the event with a 2-0 win against Burkina Faso at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Now, Tanzania looked very good, very strong. I believe they should have won with a bigger margin. Burkina Faso looked not that strong. I think for me they were a bit weak. Didn't offer so much of an attacking threat to Tanzania. So Tanzania off to a fantastic start. Just like Kenya, 3 points in the bag, and they have the momentum heading into their second game later this week. Now, in Harambee Stars pool, we've got Morocco and Angola. And Morocco at Nyayo Stadium on Sunday beat Angola by 2-0. Both the first goal, of course, was scored. Well, I think was an own goal. The second goal was actually well taken before halftime. So Morocco showing us they're one of the favorites to win this tournament. Remember, they have won this tournament twice, and I've got some of the best players who play for their club sides like AS FAR and Raja Casablanca in the team. It's not a team you'd want to underestimate. Now, the downside is that our neighbors to the west, Uganda, were comfortably beaten by Algeria by 3-0 on Monday evening in Kampala. And my, do Algeria look such a very strong, dominant, well-oiled team? And Uganda could just not cope with the pace, the intensity, the physicality of the Algerians, who have arguably scored the biggest win of this tournament so far. So far, tournament has got off to a good start. A few skirmishes here and there. I think when the Harambee Stars were playing the DRC, I think there's a group of fans who entered the stadium without paying. But all in all, a very good start. I mean, the stadiums are looking fantastic. The playing surface, the VAR, goal line technology is all looking wonderful. And it's only the first week of this tournament. I guess as we go into match day 2, match day 3, and match day 4, we should expect more goals, more thrills, more action, and of course, hopefully more wins for Harambee Stars. So tomorrow, we shall be talking about Harambee Stars game against Angola. Angola lost the opening game against Morocco. They'll be looking to bounce back. What can we expect from Harambee Stars? Could McCarthy be thinking of tweaking the team, maybe 1 or 2 changes for this game against Angola? Remember, Harambee Stars game on Thursday against Angola will be at 7 p.m. Their subsequent matches against Zambia and Morocco will be at 3 p.m. Fantastic kickoff times, and I think also our Kenyan fans are really hungry for football, and I guess all the tickets for these matches are probably going to be sold out. So, what do you think? Tell us in your comments what you make of Harambee Stars in their win against the DRC. How far can Harambee Stars go? Well, the optimism is very high. People are thinking of maybe they could go all the way to the semis, they could go all the way to the final. But remember, it's still early days. Football or any sport is a game about momentum swings. Can they use this momentum to go all the way to their next game against Angola and use it to fuel their rise all the way to the final? We shall see. But all in all, good work by Harambee Stars, and we wish them all the best in their subsequent matches, starting with Angola on Thursday at 7 p.m. at Kasarani Stadium.